Hi there, it's Roy from Sulphur City Sabers. Up today we have a brief overview video of our cheapest option in the range, which is our Padawan model. So this is not an operation video, this is just a shorter video just to give you an overview of the physical characteristics and recommendations for use for the Saber. So I said before, this is our cheapest model. Still has a good degree of heft to it. The reason you find this is a slightly cheaper model is because it tends to have minimal milling on the design, which just makes it less expensive to manufacture. This comes in a couple of install options. It comes with the bracelet RGB, which is of course great for the dueling community. And you can also pop in a SN pixel core as well if you want to run a pixel blade. Pixel blades of course are not recommended for dueling. And that's, although some other people may say neopixels are fine for dueling, believe us, we do not recommend them. We duel twice a week, and they will prematurely break if you try and go hard dueling with them. Okay, but of course the RGB bracelet models are great if you actually want to get out and use them. So the design itself, this is actually a great model for duelers. The reason is, of course, we have quite a nice sleek design. The switch is semi-recessed, which means it's you're less likely to accidentally mash the button and deactivate your saber whilst you're using it. And you tend to find the simpler designs are the more comfortable ones if you want to duel. Now you can obviously use the saber in the classic configuration. Size-wise, it's good for one-handed and just two-handed use. If you have larger hands, you may want to look at our Fugue model, which is a little bit longer and tends to be the model that we recommend for duelers who also like to switch between one and two-handed styles. If you're more of a Makashi practitioner, this is actually quite a handy little saber. If also you like competing in the exotics section, these models are great for making staff. So one of the reasons being the pommel is actually doubles up as a staff coupler. So the inside of your coupler just there is actually threaded, and with compatible pommel threads across pretty much our entire range of sabers, this means you can just grab a second saber, screw it into the pommel of this Padawan model, and you have yourself a saber staff with individually activated sides. No guarantees, of course, that your two hilts are going to line up. Even in the expensive range of sabers that we offer over at Sulphur City Foundry, which is a different offering, that's more our custom lines. Even with the couplers there's no guarantees that the buttons line up. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of. Alright, breakdown of the hilt. The hilt actually just assembles into three parts, like so. The emitter comes off, that comes off, and you have the central, four parts. And of course you have the body section, which removes as well, so you can access the charging port just there. So it's quite easy to break open the saber and access the electronics. In most cases we actually ship our sabers with some thread lock on the emitter. So this is not a permanent adhesive, it's think of it as being like a weak glue. There's no reason to actually take the emitters off most models, and the reason that most models have threaded emitters sections here is just so it's easier for them to manufacture it. So what we tend to do is actually put some thread lock on the thread just there. It's non-permanent. You can use sort of strap wrenches just to nice and easily break that adhesive and take this emitter off if you so wish. Not that you probably would need to. Okay, so there it is. So that's a good little overview of our Padawan model. Like I said, it's got a fair bit of weight to it actually. It feels quite substantial, unlike some of the cheaper models you can get from overseas, and we actually quite like this one. So this is a good entry-level Saber at a little over $200 for the RGB bracelet, and of course a little over $300 if you want the SN Pixel model. Any questions? Just fire them through.